Hey everybody, welcome to Mosh Shinobi, formerly Fed Up. I know it's going to take some time for everyone to get used to, but the channel now is known as Mosh Shinobi. But details on that another time. Anyway, joining me today are Scarelight from Greece, power metal band. Uh, could you both introduce yourselves, please? Sorry about that,
Yeah,
and tell us what you do in the band.
for
Yeah,
your
there was a
throat.
demon come up then, didn't there?
Yeah.
That was a good start.
Hello, everybody. This is Jimmy from Scarelight. We're a power metal band from Greece. Here, the
I
guy.
am Angelus. I'm the guitar, one of the two guitarists of the band. Um,
Welcome
we're here
to
to talk about the band, to
introduce ourselves.
introduce us.
Or,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So for people like me that have only just come across your band, when did you form? When did you form?
when did I do what?
When did you start the band? When did you
Oh,
begin?
the band. Okay. I started the band about a year and a half. It's before here, and uh, not the idea, because I was missing that thing. I was missing writing songs and being on stage and stuff
Mm,
like that. Yeah, I was a part of it for about I don't know, 7 years or 8 years. Uh, I've had some difficult personal times, and uh, I wanted to get back again and do stuff I love and
yeah,
write music again, and that's why I started the band again.
yeah.
That
To get, is it helps to give you something to focus on, like you said, play
yeah.
music that you love,
hmm
which is always good for everyone. Anyway, it's very healthy. Um, So is power metal something that you've always enjoyed and wanting to play?
Yes, I believe that it was the kind of music that I really liked to listen
Yeah.
to, and it sounds musically it's very similar to some Greek music we hear here. Um, the good voices, the high voices, and
Mm.
uh, the melodic lines from the voices and stuff like that. It's very similar, so um, it's very easy for me to write something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the I've always the little I know about power metal, the guitars very fast, very technical as well.
Mhm.
And it's a very, as I said, fast way of playing a melodic style as well. So that's interesting. I just noticed the guitars in the background as well, which on the wall there look really nice,
Oh
especially
yeah,
the next
those.
one. Yeah, those are cool, man. Yeah, those are yeah, those are sick. Um, so I always like to start with the artwork when I'm looking at either new singles or albums with guests. Um, and I, I feel I mean you both can tell me about the name of the band Scarelight in a moment, but I feel the artwork, the
Mhm.
way it's got the logo, almost reminds me of, I'm going to go nerdy here, guys, of Superman with the Kryptonian symbol. Don't know if anyone has said
Okay.
that. Yeah, but
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe it's because of the S.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel
Uh,
it might. Sorry, go on.
no, no. About you want to know about the Scarelight
Yeah,
name,
About
yeah,
the
yeah,
about the logo.
the artwork.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um, uh, um, my second job here is I'm a bookbinder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah, and I did a lot of stuff like that, like logos, and I was typing them on the books on the leather, And I like logos a lot because I'm a creator of those stuff.
Yeah.
I created that on Corel and Photoshop and stuff like this. I work with those programs.
Oh, nice.
Only the logo, right? Not the
Yeah.
emblem.
No, no, not the emblem, not the emblem.
Very important
Yeah.
to
The artwork is made by a Brazilian guy. He was from Brazil.
Felipe Macando,
I believe his name is Felipe
Franco Macando.
Felipe Franco. Yeah.
The
He
guy
did.
that designed the artwork.
Yeah, he did.
For
The,
bands
he
like
did the artwork.
Elvis,
He's
Gamma
from.
Ray.
He did for. I believe he did for Gamma Ray and for Blind Guardian and yeah. Now about the name, about Scarelight, it just came out to me in my sleep. I always do that. I wake up during my sleep and I write lyrics, and I see them in my dream. I don't know, but may-
Same.
may- maybe it's because I'm thinking about the band too much, and
Yeah.
it's always busy in my mind. And
Yeah.
yeah, and
You see, I feel the artwork matches the name of the band. That
Mhm.
the of the single "Scream Out Loud."
Yes,
Uh-huh.
The color and the way that the font is, like with
that's
the
right.
name Scarelight, like there's a light shining and it
Mhm.
In the
grabs
center.
your attention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
Right.
did that? Did the artist come up with? Did he make that idea himself, or did you work?
I told him
Hmm.
this is the logo.
Yeah.
Do something you like,
Right.
and he did this. So I always like for the artist as I think for myself to do. Let him do what he thinks he sees. So, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Do whatever he like and don't give him directions to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So give him total free reign. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I've had a few. Some other guests have said the same. Some have worked with the artist and they've shared
Mhm.
the ideas, and others have said no. We've said have complete free reign. You do your idea on, say, our band name or the title of the album or single, and
Yeah.
then they've got something back on what the artist has come up with. So it's always, I think that makes things interesting as well because you're getting another creative perspective on top of your own as well.
Yeah.
So it's always interesting, and I can relate to what you're saying about seeing things in your dreams and waking up to write something down because
Yeah.
I think I say it on every single episode with people. I have a very overactive imagination. It's very visual. I'm
Mhm.
naturally hyper. So everything in my mind is like a constant movie. I see everything. When I listen to music, I've got a movie playing in my mind. The same with
Okay.
jokes.
Yeah.
The annoying thing though, guys, when you're trying to sleep in the night, you're like, go to sleep, shut up, shut up, shut up. and it gets you. And like you said, Jimmy, if you don't wake up, and if you don't record whatever it is you're thinking about or
Mhm.
write it down, make a note, I can't, then I just can't sleep until I do that. It just will not
Yeah.
leave me. So it's a good thing it's a bit of a double-edged sword. On one side, it's good for the creation, but annoying when you want to sleep. It's
You
like,
know, the funniest thing is that are you married? Sorry for asking.
no,
No. Okay.
single.
I am married, and most of the times when I wake up and do that thing, my wife goes like, "What are you doing again?" Sorry, babe, I'm just writing it. You're doing this shit all the time. Let us sleep. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, totally. I had when I was at college a few years ago, I think I shared this story on another show, and I was studying. It was like a finance class at the time, and I'm terrible at maths.
Okay.
But I needed to do this class. It was part of the
Mhm.
course. So I remember waking up on the night, and somehow don't ask me why. I couldn't do it now. I seem to understand what all the questions were about. So I sat up all night doing, working on this assignment, then handed it in at uni on the morning, just didn't even go to bed. I remember one of my friends saying to me at the time, how did you understand this? You suck at maths. And I said, I have absolutely no idea. And there's no way I could sit there and do it again. But I just knew I had to do it while it was in my head. And I would imagine it's the same when you're in a band. If you get the idea for a riff, drum part, or for lyrics, you've got to do it. You've got to write that down, or even just record a bit of that melody, so you can go back to it later. So you've got that to work on, and it can develop into a song. If not, it's gone, and then
there are. I always have. I have my couch, and watching television on my house, and I always do that. I'm sitting there. I have my notebook. And if something comes to my mind, I'm sorry. I'm writing it down, and my wife goes like, "What are you doing again?" Sorry, babe, but I have this thing on my house every day. Every day. Yeah. My wife is going like crazy. Stop doing this. I wish you could do that thing for me too. But it's music.
Yeah, so certainly, can totally relate. So, the single, we've just been talking about the artwork and everything. It's called "Scream Out Loud." I wondered if you could both tell us how you came up with the name for the song, what inspired it, and then we'll look at the music.
First, I have to say that "Scream Out Loud" is a song from my old band. Right. The old band's called Emerald Sun. I don't know if you have heard it.
I have actually. I've heard of the name, but not the music.
Oh, okay. The song is from the first album. It's the first song of the album too. I wrote the song with the first guitarist of Emerald Sun. The song, the title came. Actually, I was walking, doing some books, on my workshop, and I was singing, trying to find some melodies or stuff for the song, and it came out like I was trying to say that I was trying to express myself on the song, trying to find a way to somebody help me, or I don't know how to say it. I was crying out for help with my life, about the stuff going on with the politicians, and you know how it is. And I believe that "Scream Out Loud" was a very good motivation for somebody that is listening to it to do something like it. Tell him to wake up and stand up.
And pathetic, and become more active, more energized.
And
something like that.
Just to stand up from his couch and scream out loud for what he really wants to do with his life. That's it. And that's how the title came up.
Oh, so it's got a positive message, positive song, and as you both just said about realizing a reality that you may be in, not a good one, and changing that for you to, as you said, to do something positive to get to a better place. Scream out loud, that cry for help, but could also rightly be interpreted as screaming out loud to yourself that you've got to do something. As you
Yeah.
said, you've got to get off the couch, do something positive to help. Emerald Sun, I'm sure I got a submission from them quite some time ago from one of the PR companies, possibly was Marcus from Germany, Metal Message at the time. It seems
Okay.
to. I know somebody sent me something. That's why I know the name. I know somebody had sent something. So just a random fun fact. So because the song has that positive message, was this one of the reasons why you wanted to record the new version to maybe share that message with fans and new listeners?
Yes, of course. That's one point. The second point of was trying to build the single is because the first album didn't came out as I liked in like the sound of the production of and I needed something new about it. For second, it is not in the market anymore. And I was talking with some fans on a chat of a radio show, and somebody told me that hey, Escape from Twilight is the title album, the album title. It's not on the Spotify. And I told him, I don't know, I haven't checked it. So I checked it, and it's really not on Spotify, and it's too bad for an album like that not to be published or anything. So why not? I took Scream Out Loud and made a new production, and here it is as a single.
Yeah. Do you have any plans to include this single on, a forthcoming album?
The single, no. We already have songs for the new album. Scream Out Loud is not going to be in it, but after the first album, I'm thinking about making a reproduction of the 247 Emerald Sun albums that I have some copyrights and stuff, and make an EP with 4 songs for the first album and 5 songs for the second album, and maybe put Scream Out Loud in it. I don't know. We will see in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, see what you think.
It's not in my hands totally because, as you can see, we Scream Out Loud is out by us. We don't have any label. It's independent. But the album is going to be out with the label. It's going to be, So it's in the label is going to tell us if we're going to put out an EP with all songs or not.
Yeah.
Usually the staff are very, we don't usually do what we like. You have to ask for opinions and what the producer will say, or I don't know.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
We have to rework the old stuff, the old songs to sound like
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. You've got an interesting. The video is interesting as well for the song. It's got a very classic heavy metal feel. I just wondered, how long did the filming take?
Filming took the filming took about 7 or 8 hours, and the production made in 2 weeks. I don't know. Yeah, it was about. It didn't came out exactly as we liked. it's the first time for not the producer. It's the first time for
From us.
from us to make
It was the
this.
first time that
We tried to make.
we haven't participated in the past in any video clips.
Right.
Yeah.
So
We didn't know how to act on the video. I know very well how to act on a video, but how to produce a video, I don't know. I'm not a producer. So, here in Greece, I have to say, we have a lot of bands. 90% are independent. And as you well know, musicians are very, I don't know how to say it, they have a big ego, and they when you're trying to say something, give him an advice to do it better. He knows everything. Here in Greece, they do that all the time. We didn't know how to produce a video clip because there are no video clip producers here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we have our traditional music, the Buzuki and stuff.
Yeah.
It's very popular, the trap music here. Trap, with the pew pew and bam bam.
Yeah. I have another name for trap, but
Okay.
begins with a C.
But they do not know heavy metal. Greece heavy metal doesn't exist. So we have to.
it does in some cases, like there are some bands like Firewind.
But they don't do the job here in Greece. They have to work with producers from Germany, with producers from Finland. We don't have something topic. We don't have something.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you've got. When I used to do my radio shows, and I used to play a lot of punk and hardcore, and I used to play some hardcore and punk bands from Greece, and they used to tell me that like you were just saying, Angelus, that the scene. You were rightly saying as well, Jimmy, that the scene out there. I said, look, we have some very big bands like Septic Flesh, everyone knows people like that. But then when you get to the other bands, they said very underground. The DIY community there can be sometimes it can be very tiny depending which town or city you go to. I think he told me they were the only I can't because it's quite some time ago. They were the only punk band in his particular city, and he said even the punk was like like an underground beneath the underground. And I said, yeah, I can relate to that. And he said sometimes, and I've heard stories like this from all countries because it can depend which town or city you're from. That sometimes you could get different genres of music that weren't even heavy metal or punk. But they would work together because the scene was so small. There wasn't enough people to have like a heavy metal scene in that area. So I've heard that before. I mean, yes, there's very big bands, but it can be the same sometimes in other countries as well. You can have one area that's got a really good scene, or the other one's really small. And I think when you've got the more, I guess, well-known countries, Germany, the States, UK, etc., everyone always thinks, oh, there's bands everywhere. And depends where you go. Sometimes it can just be that's not a heavy metal area. There's a very small scene. So I'm curious. So you mentioned there wasn't there aren't any video producers there. Has anybody ever thought from one of the bands that you maybe know, look, we need somebody in Greece to work as a video producer to help people's, to help the band, so we don't always have to go outside. Has anybody started to do that?
No.
That sucks.
everybody, every band that is very popular here in Greece, as you said, Septic Place or Firewind or
Suicidal Angels.
Suicidal Legends or stuff like that. They work their video clips outside Greece.
Right.
Yeah, with producers from outside. Maybe I can take a producer of mine that it's a friend of mine and stuff and go to Germany and do the production of the video clip. I don't know why they cannot do that here. I don't know why. Even
Right.
it's not the market. I believe it's the people.
Right.
Make the
yeah.
market most of the time. I don't know.
The production of the Regeneration album with Emerald Sun, we did it in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the label that's also in Germany, Limp Music, you know it.
Yeah.
He told us that please come here in Germany because we cannot work with the Greek guys. People always saying that. I have found lots of guys that told me don't work in Greek, don't work in Greece. I don't know why, but now I can see it with things I'm trying to make by myself, like the video or the production or stuff like that. Here in Greece, we have 2 or 3 guys or 4 guys maybe. One is for the production, the other guys for the video clip, but they do only the shootings, not the production or the mixing and mastering and stuff. If you don't do something something whole, you don't do something completely by your own. I don't know. Yeah.
That's really sad to hear, because you would think that by now somebody would have learned to do that. So then the bands don't always have to go outside of Greece.
Yes.
That's really sad, man.
Yeah, because we have to spend a lot of money to do that. If it was pouring here, we could use less money than maybe the production of the album. Maybe it was about 6 or 7 or 8,000 euros, and I have to go to Germany and pay 12,000 euros.
Yeah,
because in Germany we have to, the hotels, the eating, we have to stay there.
Yeah, it's not cheap. So to come on a slightly more positive angle, just for a moment, how would you say then the new re-recorded version of Scream Out Loud compares to the original? What do you think you've done better? I know you've mentioned the production, but what do you feel is better about the song?
Okay. I wanted it to be more like heavy metal, not that orchestric or not so many keys on it, and I wanted
symphonic.
Yeah, not so much symphonic, and I needed the guitars more rough, and some parts of the song that didn't came out like it's supposed to, like some solos or some guitar parts that were mixed. They were mixed together and couldn't make. You couldn't hear it very well. It's better now.
Generally, yes. In the new version,
the
guitars are more in front.
Yeah,
they are.
It's better production with the guitars.
Like it's metal. It's more metal.
Yeah, and the drums are better. The drumming are better.
It's more crystal clear.
Yeah.
And the solos are different. I think in the first, the original version of the song, the solos are different. Now we put,
okay,
Chico put a different one.
but it's not the solos, but it's the production. You can hear
Made it
the
clearer.
guitars better. You can hear the drums now. The voice is the vocals are in front now. It's if you hear the old album, the voice is very down because the producer got very jealous about me.
All right.
Yeah,
Right.
you can find it everywhere. Yeah, you can find it everywhere.
There's some positive stories today.
Yeah.
The general image of the song now is much brighter, much more powerful.
So, one of the most interesting topics of conversation we've had in the show for some time. Didn't expected that. But so you both feel then that this has more impact on the listener. The instruments are clearer. Jimmy,
Yeah.
your voice is now not drowned out by the music. It's
Yeah.
not so much in the background. Because somebody seems to have wanted to put your voice in the background from what you said. Which why would you? That just seems so bizarre. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to produce or make this album for a band, but because of my issue or whatever with someone, I'm not going to be professional and do my job. Yeah, so I'll put his voice in the background. Anyway, but now we've got the version that you both want are happy with. Voice is now at the front, not in the back.
Yeah.
The drums stand out. You can hear the guitars,
Yeah.
different change of pace, the solos, some more heavy metal, as you were saying, Angelus, much more like grabbing the listener's ears. Excuse me, folks, I'm still recovering from flu. That's why I'm drinking a lot, taking mints, and I have to sometimes do this. So over to Jimmy and Angelus just to cover me for one moment. Sorry, folks. And we're back. Yeah, frustrating, but it's got to be done. So have you had some feedback already from any zines that have reviewed the single, and what have the fans been saying as well?
We don't have the feedback we wanted because
Single.
no, it's not only because it's single. Because in singles you don't do reviews and the reviews and stuff. Unlike you, but we have to promote it by ourselves. As I said, it's independent, so we have to pay. We have to pay for the YouTube promotion. You have to pay for the the PR agencies, and you have to. It's not the label. The label do this by itself. It's because the money goes there. We don't take any money from the label. The label takes all the money. So it's her job to promote it correctly and collect all the money. So as for the moment, we have some feedbacks. And it's very glad that I can see that they remember me from Emerald Sun and they remember the song. And I like it. I like it because I can see that people don't forget good music. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah,
It's very good. I like it.
Yeah. Well, they always say that.
Also,
Angel.
that most of the comments are very positive. We don't have yet any negative one, and that's very updated.
That's very nice.
Very nice.
It's rewarding. Yeah, very rewarding. It's like that authentic stamp of approval on the song. It's sounding. Other people are hearing Scream Out Loud the way you've wanted it to be heard, as you said, with the voice, the drums, the guitars, everything being clearer now. So that's a good thing. And curious.
And let the guy jealous. Okay. And let the guy jealous. Okay. He's still jealous.
He might get in touch with you to ask, can you go back to being the voice in the back?
No, his ego is too much, so he's never gonna do it.
Oh, there's always somebody, man. They always is.
Yeah,
Whatever,
I know.
whatever
I
it
know.
is.
I know.
Sometimes, and like that bubble ego just keeps getting bigger. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like they have trouble even getting out their own house, you know. As well.
Yeah.
So, looking forward past the single, have you started working on the next album?
Yeah.
We have already started.
Yeah. I have. The band started 1.5 years ago, and 1.5 years ago, I started working with the songs already. Yeah.
Nice.
So we already have the album ready, and we're going on January, March, on March. Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna record the album on March. We don't know where to go and record it. We're still on a discussion about that.
We have an engineer in our mind that did the main production of mixing. Actually,
yeah, he did the mixing and the
the
production about the Scream Out Loud now.
So perhaps
maybe we will work with him. I don't know. I don't know. I had Dennis Ward in mind, from Unisonic, and yeah. I was thinking about making the pre-production with him, and then go and record the album elsewhere. But I don't know. It's a lot of money, and at least for the first album, we don't have the, we don't have the money to do that.
Yeah,
but we will try to do it as decent as we can with the money we have. So
it's to bring good quality music to audience to.
Yeah, it's the same for everyone in the arts. Just music. It's often doing the best you are able to with the budget you have, which can be very limited at times. It's like someone can say to me, "Oh, when you talk to the most famous singer or band whatever on the planet," I say, "Well, yeah, I'd like to, but it cost a ridiculous amount of money just to even get them to talk to you." That's even if you got a response, because it's like, "Oh yeah, I'll talk to Gaz." So yeah, I totally hear what you're saying. So from a writing perspective for the lyrics for the album, is it going to have some similar theme to Scream Out Loud, about being positive, trying to be a better version of yourself, or is it a mix of different topics?
Okay. We were thinking about that before the interview with you now, the discussion. We were writing a song together now.
Nice.
But yeah, we wrote about 10 words or 15. But it is it's the same as the thematology of Scream Out Loud. But as I told you before, I was the 7 or 8 years. I was a little bit and not very well inside of me. Because of a woman. I don't know. I think that every guy has this problem. Every guy, women. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 songs are talking about women. 4 songs are talking about.
Yes.
What
in a more let's see. It's
so would it be like challenges of a relationship, good and bad experiences?
Experiences and I have a very nice song. It's called Night in Heaven. Yeah, and it's talking about an angel that has how do you say it in English? Comares. He's horny, yeah. and
Morning hoods.
yeah, and he's falling from the stars and going down on Earth, and he finds
He's a fallen
a
angel,
demon.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he finds a demon woman, a
Right.
demon with
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and he's trying to. Can I talk free?
Yeah. 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 I
Okay,
think,
and he's trying to fuck her, and the
They're having
yeah,
some issues.
and they
Yeah.
have some issues, and night in heaven is the night they spend together in heaven.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like writing. I like writing songs like this. Yeah.
That was a very, very interesting romantic story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is actually very romantic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Real. It's not realistic. The topic is not refers to
Right.
to the realism.
Up to the real.
More surreal.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
do you
we can
think?
say that.
Do you think it's as well a metaphor for perhaps aspects within
Yes.
a relationship that could have happened? Although this is a story of the angel who meets the demon woman because he's interested in
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
some close contact pancreas together.
Yeah. Wearing
um,
mask for no coronavirus.
yeah. Yeah. They have their issues from that, and it could be something that, as I was saying, could be a metaphor relatable to relationships somebody's been through or is in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting. And
Yeah, I haven't thought about it like that, but yes, you can. Yeah,
yeah,
I saw it like an angel that he's, even though he's an angel, he wants to come
Yeah.
closer to the opposite.
yeah, he wants to
Okay.
experience. He wants to experience that love,
Uh-huh.
that closeness, and that intimacy. Yeah. So, do you have any more themes on the album? Yeah, I'm trying to keep a straight face here. Do you have any more stories about angels on the album? Maybe coming down to, I don't know, want to engage in horse racing or something.
Watch out for the angels. No, I don't think. The other, I have a song writing. It's about a woman actually, but
Right.
it's called Mrs. Goddess, and actually it's about it's talking about a woman that's making your life difficult.
Right.
Yeah, and Mrs. Goddess is Mrs. Goddess αυτό το ηρωνικό, ναι. Πώς είναι το ηρωνικό? It's Mrs. Goddess ironic, and
It's an ironic figure.
yeah, about a woman. I write a lot about a woman. I write a lot about women.
Yeah.
Why?
You have problems.
Okay.
You've had problems. You're very fine.
I don't know why.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
you write from a very personal perspective, a way of looking at what you've experienced in your life, and then how you can draw inspiration from that and use it for your lyrics and your songs. I mean, always makes for a good story anyway, and especially although it can still be a heavy metal song, but it can be romantic as well. Even if it sounds heavy, it still makes for a good story, and you can put the music with that. So do you do you record the music first, then write the lyrics?
I write first. I write the melodic lines on the lyrics.
Yeah.
And the lyrics at the same time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's because it's difficult for me to connect the right words on the melodic lines to be, on the tempo or on the tune or anything, and then we write the guitars.
The guitar riffs,
The guitar riffs on the melodic lines of the sometimes we have first the intros of the songs, the riffs and stuff, and then I come up with some melodic lines and lyrics. It depends on the mood, I believe. Yeah. Let's just say that's Scream Out Loud. I wrote the chorus first. Because we need to scream out loud like that, and then we came up with the rest of the song. And this is a tip for musicians or whatever. This is what makes the song most popular. If you come up with the chorus first and have nice lyrics on it and catchy words, and then come up with the rest of the song. This is more.
It's always interesting, Jimmy, because when I ask that question to people, I always get different answers. A lot of bands will say, "Oh, we do the music first, then we write the lyrics," or someone will be like you said, "Oh, write the lyrics first," or we'll do, "No, we do both. We write the lyrics and the music together." So I guess it comes from how you're feeling at the time, what naturally happens, the mood, the emotion, if you feel it's going to pair together well, and then that comes out in the music. And I would think, in my limited knowledge, that would then make for a good quality song that people are going to enjoy.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, do you ever get those? So how do you get past those moments when you mentioned earlier in our conversation, very much similar to me, where you've got things on your mind even when you're trying to sleep, and you'll have to get up and write something down. So if there's those moments, and we all get this at times, where you get that creative dark spot where you're writing, but you don't seem to feel what you're writing, you don't enjoy it. So when you've been in those situations, how do you get past that as a songwriter?
I don't write. If I'm not in the mood, if I'm not happy, or I'm not, I cannot write. You said, you said that emotions are always a good, to write songs. I do this if I'm happy. If I enjoy the company with my bandmates and stuff, I write very good and very fast. But psychologically, if I'm not very well, I cannot do anything. But that's that's me.
So my perspective, however, if I'm happy, I cannot very happy or very, I cannot compose anything. But actually, I'm more into depressed. It's how I work.
Everyone has the different methods, don't they? Whatever for whatever they do.
More major guy. I'm more minor guy.
Well, that's really good. You seem to have that good chemistry, for the band, closeness. No one telling you that they want your voice in the background anymore. So how do you the question to both of you, how do you both, especially you, Jimmy, how do you keep your voice good and healthy for singing, especially for power metal, for reaching those notes?
First of all, I smoke too much.
Wasn't the answer I was expecting.
Yeah. Leone do too. You know, from Fabio.
Yeah.
I was sorry for the parentheses. I was in a supporting Manowar here in Greece. We were playing with Emerald Sun, and it was Manowar, Rhapsody of Fire, Twilight, and Us. And in the lobby, at the lobby of the hotel, it was Leone sitting there, and a girlfriend of mine was sitting with Leone, and he told me to go to the table and drink some whiskey or stuff. We sat here about 5 or 6 hours talking about different kind of stuff, and he smoked about 2 packets of Marlboro cigarettes.
Whoa.
Yeah, too much.
Wow. Yeah,
Too
that
much.
is. Yeah.
So smoking is good? No. No.
No, man.
Exercise is very good.
Yeah.
You know, do some bicycle or run a little bit, or maybe walking or stuff. And what? Cardio. Yeah, cardio
Cardio,
work.
yeah.
It's good for the diaphragm. You know, and I don't know. Maybe when you talk, don't shout because it's gone. And the voice is voice. If you have it, you have it. If you don't have it, you don't have it. I don't know how to say it. My father was a tenoro. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had very high pitched vocals, very, and he was smoking too much, and I was wondering to myself, how does he do it? But you know, I was afraid of maybe losing my own voice, and there is no um, something special thing to do. It's your voice. You have to to do 2 things. As I said, it's first you have to do some cardio because it's good for yourself too, and second, don't shout too much, or even in the morning, or even try to use it.
And let's be honest, you have to practice it.
Yeah, you have to practice. Okay, you have to sing. If you stop singing, then the voice is leaving you. It's like the. Do you do ninjutsu?
Yeah, I do Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ninjutsu, what grade?
There's no belts in the Muay Thai I do, and the Jiu-Jitsu we do. It's no gi, it's grappling based, so we haven't got any belts in that either. It's like
Jiu-Jitsu, not ninjutsu.
Ninjutsu. I thought you said Jiu-Jitsu. Ninjutsu. No, I haven't studied ninjutsu. No.
Oh, okay. I have 1 dan in ninjutsu. Yeah, nice. I have 3 dans in Hapkido and 4 dans in Taekwondo.
Nice. Well, it's ITF Taekwondo.
It's I studied Taekwondo when there was no ITF or BTF.
Right.
Yeah, but I study about 36 years or 37 years. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's the ITF. I've got a red belt in ITF Taekwondo, which is, you're using your hands as well as your feet. And then when there's split off in the, well, they call it now, it's not WTF anymore. I think it's just World Taekwondo. And they're just focused on the kicks. And did you say you did Hapkido? Yeah. Yeah, Hapkido is quite, gets a bad rep, but actually it's quite versatile. And practical, has some nice moves. So yeah. Anyway, continue, man.
So I just made it,
Yeah.
What we were talking about?
Good question. Yeah, because I got excited when you started going on about martial arts. What about keeping your voice healthy?
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, this,
Oh yeah. Nice.
I've got it here in the studio.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Thank you.
Hey. So, Angelus, do you do the same to keep yourself in good condition for playing the guitar? Just a balance, or?
The guitarist Okay, I practice a lot
Yeah.
with my instrument. Um, I do some cardio and gym workout to be healthy and be in a shape. Okay, but in a more musical perspective, I actually practice a lot with the guitar.
Yeah.
That's the alpha and omega. Uh, so I practice.
Yeah.
Practice is the key,
Yeah.
in my viewpoint.
And gym is to build muscles and chicks like you. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. You know, there is no band without a. How do you say?
guitarist,
No, the girls that comes with you.
the group is
Yeah. There's no band without a groupie.
I think yeah, I think anything you can do that can, as you said, can keep you in shape, whether it's walking, swimming, running, boxing,
Yeah.
martial arts, the gym,
Mhm.
weights,
Yeah.
anything, all
you
help.
actually have to stay healthy
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
continue do your job. So
Yeah.
workout, it's very important. As
Yeah.
practicing the instrument
Mhm.
also is very important.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. Because
How I
we,
do it.
yeah, because we've seen now a lot of those. Sometimes you get those, you know, legacy vocalists, guitarists that have done way too many drugs and
Mhm.
alcohol, and then when they're in the later stages of their career, that eventually catches up with them. Then the
Yeah.
voice either isn't good or they can't play like they used to do. And I've read interviews and other people when I've had conversations with them both during the show and off the show have said you've got to keep a balance if you want a long career to still be
Yeah.
able to do
Yeah.
that. Otherwise, it won't be. I'm just curious as well, Angelus, who've been some guitar players that have had an impact on your playing style?
Oh yeah, I like very much shredders. Shredders like Jason Becker, Iggy Malmsteen, Chris Broderick, Jeff Loomis. Um, I try in my style to combine the melody and the shred part in a more balanced way. Um, so my influences, as you asked, are those guitar players. I also like Hansen from Gamma Ray and
Yeah. That. But yeah.
similar. And yeah,
Um, and what about you, Jimmy? Who've been some of the vocalists that you've admired, and is there any new singers that you like their particular technique?
Uh, mm, uh, Michael Kiske.
Hmm?
Yeah. Michael Kiske. Samet. I believe Samet. Uh, huh, not too much as vocalists, but as composers.
Yeah.
Samet is. I believe that he's the one of the most mm, clever composer nowadays.
So
I don't know. He's too clever. He's too clever as a musician.
yeah.
And then I like Wake Up. Wake Up and Hansen. Yeah, those
Yeah.
guys. Now as vocalist, I don't. I'm a little bit. Um, I don't like. I don't like. I don't easily like guys that sing like that. Uh, I don't know how that.
singers.
Yeah. Hmm. I don't like high pitched vocalists too much. I don't know how to explain it, but
I think I know what you mean.
their voices are very high and very thin and very, but they don't have the power that needs to sing. Michael Kiske has a very high pitched voice, but he has power on his. You can sense it when he sings.
So, do you like? Oh, I think we've got some technical issues here. I think that's what.
Yeah.
Oh no, there you are. You're back. I think that's what.
Yeah.
Shout out. Just quickly shout out to Winter. Shout out to Foxtails, and shout out to Gutherator. I think that's maybe what you were referring to when the screen just froze for a second, but we're okay now.
Yeah.
I guess
we were for 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get the sense, Jimmy, you like vocals in heavy metal that have that bit of oomph, like an oomph to them, not too high. So
it's not not just to sing high. You have to be Dio, you have to be Dickinson, you have to be Kiske, you have to be Tate. They are not just high pitched vocals. And I can show you a lot of bands that do that. You better sing one tone lower and do it right than trying to pitch that high. And you have to, heavy metal. It's heavy metal.
Yeah. That was the impression I was getting, and it has to have that bit of a oomph to grab the listener, to keep them, to have that attention. Yeah, certainly. So I just wondered as well, just before we wrap things up today, do you have any extra merchandise coming out in the new year, both to support Scream Out Loud, and I would imagine there will definitely be some shirts or something to support the debut album?
Yeah, maybe.
Cool.
I don't know. Yeah, depends on the budget. Depends on the budget. But we have to, because if we go for recording on March, and then the album is going to be ready on June, and September maybe or October be out in the market. Then until then, we have to book some shows if the album goes as we expect.
We have to.
And then we surely have to make some merch.
Yeah.
We don't know the time when soon.
But everything is in order. Yeah. I believe that everything's in order. Yeah.
And do you have any shows coming up soon as well?
Shows not for now. Maybe some warm-up shows here in Greece just to get things started.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Just take it. It's I'm alive. It's frustrating, as I said before the show. And for those who've maybe just tuned in, I've been suffering with a flu virus for several weeks. So sometimes that's why you'll see me essentially mute out and look like I'm momentarily possessed. So I do want to thank you both for chatting with me today. We've certainly had a lot of giggles. You've had some very unique and different answers, which have been very entertaining. It'd been a pleasure to talk to you both. I do want to you're both welcome. I do want to send a quick shout out to the people. Winter Ghostly, Gutherator, and Foxtails for subscribing. Thank you very much. Highly appreciated, and much love to you all. So whenever I get to the end of the show, I always like to give guests the opportunity not just to promote the band, and the music. If there's anything else that you would both like to shout out, the floor is yours. So go ahead. Just put you on the spot again.
Do whatever you want.
Very good.
I'm not
That's
sure.
we're gonna do what the bands do. Go on, scream out loud, and you know, do.
We have to find the motto, actually.
We have to, yeah, we have to find a motto. Yeah, yeah, we have to find a motto.
Mm.
Don't know.
What?
Well, I'll certainly, folks, say this then. If you were a fan of excuse me.
Yeah.
If you are a fan of power metal, yeah, I'm getting the demons returning. That's the only downside with having to drink all this water, Jimmy, to keep the throat healthy. Unintended musical consequences can happen. So, folks, you can find Scarelight on the web, scarelight.net. I'll put all the links in the description as always. Again, I do want to thank you both. I will be back, folks, in a short time with Ninjas Unleashed from Australia, and then I've Engulfar with me later this evening. So if you're into death metal, that's a show to check out as well. So thanks again to Jimmy Angelus. It's that moment where I hit end stream and there's the delay. Yeah, oh, you're both welcome. I'll look like I'm possessed again because there's that always a delay. So here we go, folks, in 3, 2, 1.